Hello and welcome. It's me, Mars44, and I'm here with a deck box, a playmat, and a name that says deck profile. So it must be one. Let's just go with it. So yeah, I got a deck profile of none other than the Soulless Oracle Think Tank that I like using. I call it the CoCo deck just because that's just what I call it, because CoCo is like the main Vanguard. So yeah, I call it the CoCo deck. But I guess in real terms it would be a CoCo cookie. Not really, I mean Soulless works too, but more CoCo cookie. Anywho, let's not blab on, but I will mention I finally got my playmat today. There's a Scarlet playmat, second favorite anime character of all time. My favorite's Natsu from Fairy Tail. But I have a bunch of stuff of him, like my icons and stuff. So make it a little different, especially because I really like this mat better. So yeah. Anywho, I'm gonna put this over here to remember and remind myself that that is important for later, but not right now. It's a secret. Shh. Shush. Alright, so let's start it off. I apologize if it's not like, you know, the best lighting ever. Still trying to work around, figure out which spot in the house is the best. But for now, I'm going to do it like this because I do want to do this, and I will have another one coming up soonish, maybe a week or two, probably 2 weeks. Another one like this, and I'll probably have better lighting. But for now, let's do it. And stop dragging it on again, like always. Jesus. Alright. I will start with grade 3s because that's normally how it works, but I will obviously start off with the starting Vanguard. Little Witch, Lulu. I was going to call her Scarlet Witch. So her skill, I don't want to like put it up close and be like, hey, can you read that? No. Her skill is when a grade 3 rides, and you know, obviously when a grade 3 rides on the Vanguard, you can move it out of Soul Blast 2, and draw. So you call it a rear guard basically, get rid of 2 in the soul, making your soul empty, and you get a card. So it's pretty nice. She's going right on hers belly button. I don't know, lighting's bad there. Yeah, so she's a good starting Vanguard. She's the, you know, starting Vanguard you want to use because the second you ride CoCo, it empties out the soul and lets her skills activate, which I will explain in due time, my friends, in due time. Alright, so that's Lulu. Let me put the cards over here that I've already done. And then we got 4 of these babies. Scarlet Witch, CoCo. 4 Scarlet Witch, CoCo. That's our 4 grade 3s. The first 4, because there's another one. So her skill is when it rides on Vanguard, if you have 1 or less cards in your soul, you counterblast 2 and draw 2 cards. So it's nice, very nice. You know, pay 2 to draw 2. It's worth it. That's how the deck works, obviously. And it helps with Lulu because after you use Lulu's skill, you can now counterblast 2 and draw 2. So it gives you a +3 on the turn when you ride her, which is really handy. And when the soul's empty, she gains 3,000. She's a 10k Vanguard, obviously, but she gains 3,000 power when she attacks. So with a Gemini boosting it, that's 21, and if you boost it with a Milk, that's 23. Although you shouldn't play Milk in this deck because it's better to have like Gemini and other stuff to have high rear guards because of the 13k Vanguards nowadays. Yeah, that's just how it is. Anywho, we also got 4. I hope this looks well. Stupid lighting. Battle Sister Cookie. Alright, that's how I did it apparently. I'm gonna move the CoCos over actually, just so I could pull the cookies in. Make the lighting a little better, you know, for them. So Cookie's skill is her limit break is she gains 5,000 when she attacks. She's also a 10k Vanguard. You don't really have 11k Vanguards in this deck, but you don't need it. You are a little more, you know, cautious to stuff like 20k columns, but But normally, the only column that's going to be hitting for that much would probably be the Vanguard, because you want to hit, a lot of decks try to hit the 19 and don't really concern themselves with the 20, because there's not as much 10Ks as there are 11Ks. So it's not as much of a big deal with the rear guards anymore. Because, yeah, that's just how it is right now. There are going to be some, obviously, and some people who use it. But yeah, so Cookie's skill is when it's placed, the limit break, you know, gains 5,000. So with a Gemini boost, that's 23. She's very good even for cross rides, even for scaring them. With like Toms and rear guard, and the deck with 12 criticals, it's very scary for all decks. And then when she's placed on Vanguard, it's Counterblast 2, draw 2, and then drop a card. So that's why CoCo is the preferred Vanguard, just because you have to drop 2 for her. So what I like doing is I like riding CoCo and then getting the 2 Counterblast. Then when I hit 4 damage, I either, depending on what I have, I'll either ride another CoCo or ride Cookie. Because if you ride CoCo, you get to draw 2 again. You don't get the, you know, the 5k bonus, and there is a way to empty your soul by using Cookie. So if you have a Cookie rear guard, you could still be coming for 21 if you have cream behind it. I'll explain that later when I get to the grade 1s. But it's a nice combo to kind of keep the soul empty and hit for 21 as a rear guard, putting even more pressure on. But yeah, and then riding Cookie after. If you pull a heal, or if you don't, who cares? You ride her. If you get the heal, hey, you get another card and get to drop a card. But if you don't get a heal, oh well. Just ride the Cookie, and now you have a +4, and then you're hitting for like 23. So it's nice. It all depends. Like if I had cream behind CoCo, I'd want to ride the Cookie when I hit 4, because I can come for 21. Because with CoCo's skill and with cream behind it, it's only 19. It depends on what you get, you know. It all depends on what you get, what your opponent has as the Vanguard. If they have a 10k Omlet behind CoCo is just fine if you ride a second one. It's just you didn't get the pressure early on, which is why you'd want to ride. Like you didn't get the pressure early on if you have like a cream behind it, and you're hitting for 19, so you didn't get that early guard with 15 pressure. Which is why I prefer riding Cookie sometimes second, instead of CoCo, Cookie. But it all depends on what you have, you know? You learn to play and adjust to the deck, and I understand how to play the deck really well. So that's that, and those are our grade 3s. Put them down there. So for the grade 2s, there's a few options, I think. So first off, 4 Wiseman. Simple as that. The reason you want the 4 Wiseman is because since you're getting a huge hand, you don't want to get pressured. Because of how CoCo works, you don't want to get pressured really hard early on, and then later you just keep dropping your hand. So you got that huge hand for no reason. So preferably ride Wiseman. That's why you want to play 4, and it is a 10k attacker, so it can hit a few things. It's not 11k, but 10k is still really helpful for the rearguard columns too. Not as helpful as 11, but still very helpful. And yeah, it's just really handy. So move them up there. I'll just move them up there. Sorry about the lighting again. I'll figure it out someday. And then I play 4 Tom. There's a reason I play 4 Tom. I'm about to explain it. Silent Tom is, you know, your opponent can't guard when this card attacks, and you have Oracle Think Tank Vanguard. Your opponent can't guard with grade 0s. By the way, this new art of Silent Tom, gorgeous. I like it better. The other one was alright, but this one just looks really nice. It looks cool. It looks like he looks like a bandit, like what's that guy's name? The movie, I don't know. It's not a bandit movie, but like that's kind of what he reminds me of. Going with me and asking me for help and something. I don't know. I never saw the movie, but I'm just, I don't know. That's what it reminds me of, you know? That's what I'm trying to say. And then we have 3, Mocha, Battle Sister Mocha. So the option between this is all your option because it prefers what you want to play and what you can get. With me, I find I have trouble getting the toms and people trying to kill them as well. So having 4 in the deck really helps keep them on the field and pressure my opponent because they can't guard with grade 0s. And it just really beats them down. And even if you swing at a rear guard or a Vanguard, it's scary because you have to drop rear guards just to stop it. And whether or not they like it, they might have to. And if you can pressure with the rear guard, pressure at the rear guard too, and just be like, hey, drop more rear guards to protect this rear guard, and just keep sniping them out, and then they don't have any many good rear guards to attack you with. So yeah, sniping on the rear guards is important. He's good for doing both, which is why I find he's very, very helpful, and I want to play 4 to make sure I can get them at all games. With Mocha, Battle Sister Mocha, when you have 4 more cards in your hand, she's an 11k beat stick, so she attacks for 11. She's an 8k as well, just like Tom, but she can attack for 11, and it's on Vanguard or Rearguard. So if you have to ride someone else, I'd prefer riding the Mocha just because don't want to use up the Tom as a Vanguard, because then that means you lose 1 Tom and you have 3 in the deck now. So it's better as Rearguards because you can continue doing them instead of I read CoCo, because nobody's going to guard early on. I mean, there are some people do, but not many, and it's only if it's like Blaster Blade with Wingle Brave behind it. So yeah, it's not. Try to avoid riding Tom. I'd ride anything else, you know. But yeah, with Mocha, I did run 4 of her and have 3 Tom, but I found I couldn't get the Tom as much, and they kept trying to retire them, and I needed to save my shield because maybe I got low or something happened. And Mocha, I got quite a lot. I don't know, I just found I got Mochas a lot, and I didn't need them as much as I got them, especially because sometimes Wiseman, I could just use him and take out like 9k rear guards instead of Mocha, where I could, you know, slap her down and be like, well, if this was Wiseman, it wouldn't make a difference. I mean, it is more helpful with the 11k, but with the Tom, it's very. I think it's better. I might switch it back, but I think it's better for Tom just to secure. It's more secure for your victory, you know. Taking out the zeros and the rear guards and everything, and then another option would be 3 Wiseman, 4 Tom, and 4 Mocha, but that's just really risky because you want the Wiseman to ride. So what are you gonna do, right? There's probably something else I was gonna say about the Tom. I don't know. It's more helpful in my opinion. Tom with the sniping out and everything. It's more helpful for me because I'm aggressive, but I'm also defensive. That's just how Vanguard works, though. Aggressive, defensive, everything. Alright, on to grade 1s, shall we? So 4 AK Vanillas, Geminis. Very important in this deck, especially with Cookie and CoCo and just Tom as well to hit 16. Very important. There's no way you can't play 4. And then we got 4 perfect guards. I got 3 new arts and 1 old art. So, you know, 1 oldie in the deck, and then 3 new guys just like, yeah, Alright, but yeah, perfect guards, obviously really important. 4 of them because 4 is good, and you need 4. Trust me, you need 4. sometimes I don't even get them, and I'm like, oh crap, well, there goes the game because I didn't get a perfect card. And then 3 Omlet. So if your soul's empty, she's a 10k attacker, and she's very helpful. I find I use her, if I don't get Wiseman or Mocha, I end up using her, and then pull her back after and throw down a Wiseman or Mocha in front of her, or even a cookie, if I don't have cream. But yeah, she's very helpful because she's a 10k attacker if you have no cards in the soul. So it's a grade 1 10k attacker, and she's very good for, you know, knocking out rear guards. That's what she's for. She's for knocking out rear guards early on if you don't have anything else to. And it's just really, really helpful. What else can you say, right? And then 3 cream. So how she works is, if she boosts Cookie, you Soul Blast 1 to give 5,000 power. And that's where the soul comes into play, as in emptying it more after you ride. When I do ride Cookie, sometimes the soul still has a couple cards in it, maybe 1 or 2 from CoCo, but normally I do get the cream at some point and get to do the Soul Blast. Half of the time, I'd say half of the time I fight, I get to do it, and the other half of the time I get Cookie on the second ride, which means I don't even need the empty soul, and I don't really use Omlet when I don't get cream and Cookie row. So it works out. It works out in its own way, you know? I keep saying you know. But yeah, it works out in its own way, and it keeps the soul empty. You only need 3. I mean, you could play 4, but you only need 3 because you want 3 of these, you need 4 of these, you need 4 of these. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But yeah, those are the grade 1s. Clean this all up. I'm making a mess. I'm making a mess of my new playmat, man. Not cool. And now we're down to the triggers. 17 minutes in. I tried to not make this as long, but of course I like explaining how the cards work and how they work in the deck, and you know, so you understand them and understand why the deck works the way that it is. So I have 4 Psychic Birds. So there's 4 of the crits. The Psychic Bird, I find soul charging sometimes, just to finish the game with the Cookie Cream Soul Blast. And I do get them when I need them as well. So they're very handy, and I try to like drop, you know, Nike or Ginger before I use this, or even Magus before I use this, because I know most of the time I have the rear guards, and I will just, if I need it, I'll call Soul Charge because I have a big hand. And then I got 4 Nike and 4 Ginger. So yeah, 12 crit deck. It's very big on hand, so doing a 12 crit deck is very good, and it's incredible. And then I have 4 heal. You could play 16 crit, but if there was 4 more, you could, but it's recommended that you play heal because heals are heals. And I do have one of the nice art ones. I don't know, I like the other art better, but this one is the anime, so I have one of it just because it's the anime. It's funny because it's always the one that if I pull a heal trigger on 6 damage, it's that one. I don't know why. Good luck heal trigger. The anime heal trigger is a good luck heal trigger, you know. Oh my god, I almost said you know again. But this, yeah, those are the triggers. 12 crit, 4 heal. Very nice deck. I'm very good with it. It's a very incredible deck. You should try it out. Maybe on like Rare Online or something. And if you like it, you know, you can make it if you want. But I know Yu-Gi-Oh has a side deck. These don't really have side decks, but these are the 2 cards that I may throw in. So it's kind of like a side deck, but you know, I don't think I'm ever gonna throw another cream in, just because how the deck is. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit a 4th. With Mocha, as a maybe. I mean, I do like the Tom better, but it might be better like this as well. You don't know, right? So I do kind of think about the Mocha sometimes, but I still find the Tom more helpful. That's just me. Anywho, we're getting a little late in this video, like 20 minutes. Jeez, Marls. Your explanations are too long. But yeah, so that's about it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this deck profile. Remember to like and comment, and if you want to go ahead and subscribe, and if you want to subscribe to see more videos from me, you can. Up to you, obviously. I said that wrong because I normally say it differently, but whatever. Anywho, that's about it, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile. I'll try to fix the lighting, and yeah, that's all, folks. How does he do it? That's all, folks. Something like that. I don't know. Tell me if I did a good job on that. Comment about that. Did I do good? Did I do good? Did I do good, piggy guy? I forgot his name. Oinkers. Yeah, his name is Oinkers now. His name is officially Oinkers. Done. Alright. See you guys later.